You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah. I actually misquoted that one time. Genuinely, like, stupid moment. I think 8th grade, we had to provide a quote for, like, some wall or something. And I said, you miss 99% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
For some reason, I guess Wayne Gretzky said that 99. Yeah.
You do miss 99% of the shots you don't take.
Some of the shots you don't take, you actually make.
That's true.
So I think maybe I was more correct.
So the answer, Kevin, keep shooting.
Yeah, keep shooting or not.
3, 2, 1. Kevin.
Wow, that one had some mustard on it.
Want to know why?
Why?
It's Max Day.
Oh, fuck yeah, I forgot.
HBO Max is now Max.
Yes, we are coming to you on May 23rd. And if you've seen any HBO commercial in the past month, you know that today, May 23rd, HBO Max becomes Max.
Ah, it feels so good.
You know, you have to download a new app.
That is something I was not aware of. I just assumed that it would just transition.
Yeah.
HBO Max to Max, but no, it is a separate app.
Bad move.
There's definitely going to be someone on their phone that has HBO Max, HBO Go, HBO Now, and also Max.
I know. I want to see the screenshot.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, we should. All right.
Meme.
Yep, meme.
Done.
Clip it.
It's a big day.
Yeah.
A huge day. A momentous day for television, streaming, content. What are you doing today? What are you doing after work to celebrate?
I think I'm going to go download the app and just watch some of my favorite Max shows.
Some Max originals.
Yeah, some Max originals like My Lottery House and My Feet Are Killing Me.
Are those real shows?
Yes, I believe so. I was scrolling Twitter a little bit right before the show, and people were like, yeah, these look like fake shows. Because it's like all those Discovery reality shows that, like, you know, I guess have just been living on cable for forever. Or I guess Discovery Plus, whatever fucking platform they're on.
Mm-hmm.
And now all those weird shows are just on Max.
You know what? The only show that I've ever liked that was a Max original?
What?
The Flight Attendant. Have you ever seen that? Kaylee Cuoco.
No.
That's the only one that comes to mind. It was a Max original, which, again, I like that because I knew it wasn't an HBO show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like, so my expectations were lower. If it was an HBO show, I'd be like, this show is terrible. But it was a Max original. And for that, it was much better.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I know.
They need to get Minx back up in there.
Minx, was that an HBO show or a Max show?
I think that was a Max show.
Oh, you're right.
But it got the axe. Max gave it the axe.
To Minx.
That was a good fucking show.
Minx gave the axe to Minx. I mean, listen, man. I'm living life to the max today. Maximum, full throttle. Let's go.
Yeah, just like Jason Momoa said.
That's right. Back in the New York groove, baby.
Yeah.
It's good to be here. Flew in last night out of LAX back into JFK. It feels good to be here. It's like 68 degrees and sunny with a breeze. It is A+ weather.
The best weather money can buy.
I honestly have to say this because I've been in Los Angeles all week and I have a podcast, so I get to say whatever I feel and what I feel like. And I've been thinking about this a lot all week. I've been to Los Angeles a number of times. I've always felt a bit out of place there. My constitution is a bit too New York. I hate it there. I hate it there. It was fucking freezing. It was gray. It was cold. The people are mean. New York City is alive today.
Yeah.
And it is so far superior to Los Angeles. Honestly, I walked from West Village to Williamsburg.
That's crazy.
You can't do that in LA.
If your phone wasn't recording right now, I'd ask you how many steps you got.
That's a lot of steps.
So it is a lot of steps.
And it was, you know what? It felt so good.
Yeah.
I walked across the Williamsburg Bridge.
Damn.
Just out there.
Steep one. That's a steep climb.
Dude, just on a call, walking, feeling the breeze in my hair. It felt fantastic.
Nice.
But yeah, Los Angeles sucks. And the debate of like city versus city, it's not even close. I watched a little bit of the Laker game at like a Laker bar.
Were they going crazy?
No, not even close. They were all fake fans. No, if LeBron would have hit that shot, it would have cemented his legacy. It's
God.
What?
Oh, that sounds awful.
It was truly bad. But it's good to be back here, Kevin. I have some reports from LA Reports.
Yeah, give me it.
In and Out Still tremendous.
Oh my God, yeah.
Dude.
Just skip the fries.
Just the fries are garbage, but the burger is so fucking good. The first bite to the last bite, incredible.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
There's not much better than like a good In-N-Out burger.
It is tremendous.
And even like a not so good In-N-Out burger is still very good.
I wouldn't know what that's like because I've never had one. They've all been 10s. It is honestly a perfect thing. I also like they have those little hot peppers by the ketchup.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love a place that gives that little hot peppers for free.
The more pickled shit, the better.
Exactly. Kevin and I went to Erewhon. It was actually my first time, believe it or not.
Wow.
We have many brands in there. And I've heard Erewhon, obviously, I've talked about Erewhon for years, pretending I've been there, but I had actually never been there before. A lot smaller in person.
Wow.
I went to the one in Silver Lake. I assume there are bigger ones, but this one was quite small. Looked bigger in the pictures.
Oh, you were size shaming
100%.
Errol.
But the beverage wall is majestic.
Did you see anybody famous there?
I did see someone famous there. Someone from Pretty Little Liars. Okay. I don't know that I would never have noticed, but Jackie did.
Nice.
The wall of beverages is as advertised. It is absolutely stunning. We have multiple brands on there. It feels very good. United Sodas looks incredible. Kin looks incredible. Three Loves looks incredible. And I did get myself a Hailey Bieber smoothie, which
is it actually named after her?
It's literally called the Hailey Bieber skin glow smoothie.
Wow.
On the menu.
I mean, you do look, your skin is glowing today.
Thank you. $19 is how much the Hailey Bieber smoothie cost. And I will say, worth every penny, really delicious.
Did you pick up any raw milk?
No raw milk. Do you want to know what is in the Hailey Bieber smoothie? Do you care about that?
Yeah.
I'm
going to make it.
Malk almond milk, hyaluronic acid, strawberries, avocado, dates, maple syrup, vital proteins, vanilla collagen, vanilla stevia, Erewhon sea moss, Zuma Valley coconut cream, and house-made strawberry glaze. And bananas. Honestly, I will say, fantastic.
It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it was really good. It kind of tasted like a strawberry shake a little bit.
Oh.
But all the sweeteners were fake.
And I mean, you had dates and maple syrup.
Yeah, and stevia.
Yeah, so it seems like a lot of sweeteners.
Yeah, if you don't like super sweet things, you might not like it, but I do. I like stevia.
Yeah, you're a stevia head.
So it was perfect for me.
Hell yeah.
I thought that was fantastic. And then the last thing to report, Kevin, this is a very, very controversial thing to say. I think LA has the best bagels that I've ever had.
Oh, yeah? So
this is a place called Courage Bagels. Shout out to Alex Ostroff. He's the founder of St. Urban. He was like, you got to go to Courage Bagels. He's like, got to do it. It was a half-hour line in the streets. It's a Montreal-style bagel. As someone from New York, a Long Islander, bagels are my religion, a Jewish person as well. To say that this bagel might be the best bagel I've ever had in Los Angeles, dirty, gross, awful Los Angeles, I do not say this lightly. It's like someone from Philadelphia saying there's a better cheesesteak in Chicago or something. It's bold but deserved. This bagel was crunchy, a little light, not quite as dense as a New York bagel, but also burnt. They had a thing called, it was like a burnt everything. So it was really crisp and really crunchy and quality ingredients. My favorite bagel was just literally cream cheese, tomato, olive oil, little sea salt on top.
Damn.
Crunchy, burnt everything. It was outstanding.
Another
thing that I really liked, they serve bagels. You can get a full sandwich or a half sandwich. So you can get just a half sandwich open style. I waited online for 30 minutes, like I said, and I was like, is this really going to be fucking worth it? And it was.
You go up to Utopia. You've made this claim, and now you've got to go do some due diligence.
That's in Whitestone, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm willing to do it. Obviously, I've seen the videos. I know what Utopia tastes like, though. I know, I grew up with those bagels, so I think it's probably the best version. This was different, though. I think maybe that was part of the appeal, was that it is a different style bagel than any bagel I've ever had.
Okay.
And I think it's just the crispiness. It almost tasted like fried in a way.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It was that crunchy.
Damn.
And really, really strong. So
that sounds good as fuck.
All those amazing food experiences, and still LA, garbage city. Sorry. Kevin, while I was exploring the foods of LA, you had some chicken tenders in Georgia?
Yeah, dude. I ate some chicken tenders in Georgia, like you said.
Yeah.
And goddamn, they were pretty fucking good.
So are these sort of the new sort of like Canes, Racing Canes variety?
In my research,
Yes.
So I went to this place called Guthrie's.
Okay.
And it's a small southern regional chain. I think
Okay.
they've got either 23 or like 43 restaurants. It's like not huge.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure it's what Cane's copied.
Mm.
Like they've got the styrofoam box with the tenders, the fries, the Texas toast, the coleslaw.
I'm looking at it right now. It looks very much like
the
Cane's.
comeback sauce. But Guthrie's opened in like 65, I believe.
Ooh.
So they've been doing chicken tenders for a long ass time, and Cane's came around in like the 90s. So Cane's copped their swag and brought it to another level. But I mean, Guthrie's was fucking lit. Like that comeback sauce, amazing.
I've never had comeback sauce. Did they open up the Raising Cane's in New York?
Not yet. Apparently, there's going to be one. There's going to be one in Penn Station, and then there's going to be one in Soho. And I can't even imagine what that line is going to look like in Soho. And there are going to be so many delivery people there as well.
Kevin, I have some news for you.
What?
It is open in New York.
Oh, no way.
And there's one in Times Square.
Oh, it's Times Square.
Yeah. They're saying June 26th. Okay, so that's not open yet.
Yeah, it's Max Day.
Today's Max Day, but next month is Raising Cane's. And I gotta see what all this hype is about.
Yeah, I mean, chicken tenders are fucking great. Like, I know you might be like, oh, they're baby food, but you dip them in that comeback sauce, and that shit's bussin'.
I didn't say that they were. I would never say that they were baby food. Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets, okay.
Baby food. Chicken tenders. That's for grown adults. Yeah.
All right, but so I had those,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually had those twice, and then my sister got Zaxby's, and I got to try some of those chicken tenders. The chicken I thought was a little bit better at Zaxby's, but the sauce was just significantly better at Guthrie's. Like, just phenomenal sauce. It's like a mayonnaise based, like peppery, spicy sauce. Oh, amazing.
Kevin, I just got an email that says, in case you missed it, HBO Max is now Max. So thank you, HBO.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh my God, thanks for the heads up. You knew I didn't need an email. I was already celebrating.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this, Kevin. Comeback sauce.
Yeah, I'll have to make it. My friend's mom has a good recipe, and I've had it before, and it's really kind of ignited like a taste for chicken tenders because that shit was good. And when I was in the South, also I played some golf, which had a phenomenal time. Drank a lot of beers, smoked a couple stogies.
Wow. I saw that electric photo.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
I thought I looked pretty ripped.
Yeah,
I had a couple good shots.
Okay.
If I had some more time and money and space, I think I could really enjoy golf.
Okay. I think you have the look. You know, I mean, I've seen you dress the part of a sort of like stogie smoking golfer.
Yeah, I do have.
Yeah,
I do have some polos.
That's true.
And I do have some shorts,
slacks.
Yeah,
and some shorts and some like golf appropriate footwear.
Yeah, I mean, I was wearing Chacos, which I guess
is close.
A new addition to the wardrobe.
Wow,
recent.
Is this for the summer? Chacos?
Yeah, for the summer. Not particularly for New York. I would not be caught dead walking around New York City with open-toed shoes on.
Really?
I think that's kind of nasty.
Oh.
Maybe I'd throw them on with some socks and walk around, and then maybe take the socks off when I get to the park.
I love this, Kevin. I have been thinking about this. I'm glad you brought it up. What is going to be my summer sandal?
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure.
What are you thinking?
I mean, I have Birkenstocks. I've been a Birk boy for the past few summers. I got those blue Bostons. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm looking for something new.
Well, everyone's talking about the fisherman sandals right now.
That is
Unk vibes.
Is that the vibe? I don't think I could pull that off. I think you could definitely pull that off.
Yeah, I mean, I already bought my sandals, and I went for like a Gorpy functional sandal that I'm gonna have for years, and I'm gonna be able to hike in them. And
I'm looking at the fisherman sandals. Yeah, this is. I think this is a look, Kevin, that you can absolutely pull off. I don't know that I can.
Yeah, I don't know if how breathable they are either. I mean, maybe they are, but I don't know. I mean, I have those Hirachi sandals. And they're kind of like a woven leather. I mean, you should check those out if you're in those are very classy, and you can buy some that aren't like crazy expensive.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep an eye out if anyone in the comments section, or slide in the DMs, sort of, suggest any summer sandals. I'm on the market trying to figure out exactly what the summer footwear game is going to look like. Kevin, I realize we've been talking about food and fashion. We should probably get into graphic design TM. and Brandon.
Sure.
But real quick, actually, before we go, a quick moment of silence for Carmelo Anthony.
Great career.
Hall of Fame scorer. Hall of Famer, right? He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, for sure. Are they going to put his number in the rafters at MSG?
They should.
Yeah.
It should just say Knicks tape forever. That's what it should say. Hashtag Knicks tape.
Mm-hmm.
And then Anthony. It's tough. I mean, he was certainly a legendary Knick, but his career it's interesting. If he had won anything,
I know,
with the Knicks, like they made the second round of the playoffs when he was
Yeah.
here. Yeah, it was a good run. That J.R. Smith squad, like it was fun. But New York legend and fan favorite forever.
Yeah.
Like I feel
except for like at the end.
No, I mean I'm saying now. Like I think
Yeah.
one thing I think about Carmelo is like he seems like such a cool dude.
Yeah.
Like he's a great dresser. He's got those cool glasses. Like he's always looks dope. And
He's got swag.
He's got super swag. And I feel like New Yorkers appreciate that about Melo. Like I feel like the way he carries himself is very New York.
Yeah.
And I feel like for that reason, he's like New York legend.
Yeah.
Like they'll put him on the Jumbotron at any Knick game.
Oh, for sure.
He will get a pop from the crowd every time.
I mean, I do remember coming to New York in like maybe 2016. I think he was still here, and the opinion of him was not entirely great.
Favorable.
Yeah, they didn't really like. I mean, you guys have just been getting your heads kicked in for years, and at that point in his career, couldn't do it all by himself. So
yeah, I mean, I think of him more as a Nugget than I
Yeah.
do a Knick because he played for them so much longer. But he wound up playing for the Knicks 6 seasons, I think,
Oh yeah.
and he played for the Nuggets 8. So it's not that it's pretty close, but it's a shame. I feel like he could still hit some open shots. I feel like
I think if he could hit some open shots and contribute, he'd
be in the league
on a team contributing.
you bring up a good point, but
Pretty big hole on defense.
I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think if you don't play defense, that was a problem that we had with him in New York when he was here. It's like cold-blooded shooter, last second shot, make like percentage wise, like give him the ball, but
Yeah.
defense, not Carmelo Anthony.
Hey, that's good though.
Incredible player, even more incredible name, Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, I'd like to take another moment of silence for Dave Brandt. You may know him from the "It Ain't Much, but It's Honest Work" meme. He is regenerative agriculture legend who recently passed. Also an internet legend.
He actually died.
Yes, he actually.
Carmelo Anthony, to be clear, did
Yeah.
not die.
Yeah,
He just retired from basketball.
No, Dave Brandt, Ohio legend as well.
Oh,
No-till farming pioneer.
wow.
He passed away, I think, last week. I'd just like to thank him for that phenomenal meme, phenomenal clip from whatever documentary that was. I will have to go and watch that. It's a good meme. And good guy.
You hate to hear it. Died in a car crash.
Yeah.
Yikes. Hey, happens. And that's why we got to be grateful for every podcast.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
That stuff happens. Kevin, do you want to get into the actual program?
Yeah, let's get into it.
People are selling Taylor Swift rain from her tour.
Yeah.
$250. You can get bottled rain from Taylor Swift's performance at Gillette Stadium, in which she performed for like 4 hours in the absolute pouring rain.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I watched the tape and
Yeah.
I was impressed. I gained some respect today for Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool move.
Yes.
Kind of like a rock star type vibe, you know.
Totally.
She's not some coward who
Diva.
just cancels the show because of a little rain. I mean, if she had canceled that show, I think
People would understand.
they would have rioted.
But yeah, people are crazy for Taylor Swift. And I think I had read a little bit about this and that she's known for her rain shows. Because, you've been to a concert when it starts to rain. There's something magical that happens when you're in the rain with people and music's playing. It just feels big and important.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Taylor, obviously knows that. And she loves her fans and her fans are diehard for her. So she performs in the rain. I think this show was not just rain. This was like a torrential downpour.
Yeah,
and
they said it was like an inch of rain
she
during
just
the entire show.
She just fucking powered through.
It's crazy.
So respect to her. Also respect to the equipment.
Yeah.
Fucking running around with microphones and guitars and pianos. That shit is, I don't even know how that's possible.
Yeah, so are you going to buy this rainwater?
Yeah, $250. That's nothing.
Yeah.
For fucking rain.
That's crazy.
Do you think someone would buy this?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know to what lengths the Swifties are, purchasing secondhand memorabilia from concerts. But I don't know. People buy all sorts of crazy shit. And the fact that it's picking up steam online may just drive somebody to buy it, just to have that memed water.
Yeah, now it might. Now it feels like a deal.
I mean, it's a legendary performance, so maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's funny because they're selling them in like little cannabis jars.
Oh, yeah?
Someone wrote floor seats rain or balcony rain.
It matters.
Yeah. Well, shout out to that. Someone's also selling contacts that they wore to see the show. So
now that's cool.
That is, big brain thinking right there. So yeah, shout out to Taylor Swift. Kevin, we reported about this last week. It's Bot Bar Coffee. Bot Bar Coffee is a new Greenpoint coffee shop run by 2 armed robot baristas named Adam. I don't remember them having names. Do you remember this? I remember the story.
There's
obviously.
2 baristas named Adam that are working at this coffee shop.
That's correct.
Jeez.
They opened this weekend at 666 Manhattan Avenue. Definitely not cursed. And opening hours 9 to 5. And Kevin, they had some issues. First day jitters, if you will. The robot was sold out of cold brew and slow to execute customer orders. At one point, they just kept repeating, refill hot coffee cup. Refill hot coffee cup.
Sounds like they had a little bit of a break.
Yeah. So the robots
couldn't handle the heat.
So AI is coming for our jobs, but we still got at least another week before we figured out how to serve coffee.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe I'll try to go tomorrow and see if I can catch any of this. I don't know. I guess on a Wednesday morning, it's not going to be all that busy and popping, but
yeah,
I don't know, maybe I'll try to go this weekend and catch him busy.
Adam and Adam serving up coffee.
Maybe let's go try to be a little Karen in there and see how they react.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't get shot.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm as I mentioned, I'm here for this. Baristas, you're all put on notice.
Yeah, we'll have a full experience review next week on the pod.
$5 for a cold brew, $3 for an espresso. Those prices,
they're fine. I mean, I don't know. Like cold brew is, I feel like I pay $5 a lot of places to get a cold brew.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably more like $6, but I don't know. $5 seems.
I think you're right.
They got to lower that price a little bit.
I'm with you. If you're really going to try to move the needle here in Brooklyn, do a $3 cold brew. You see how long that line would be outside for a $3 cold brew served by a robot? Let's see how that robot actually handles pressure.
Yeah, $3, no tip.
Yeah, just do a...
Basically free.
This is a great business model idea. $3 cold brews in Brooklyn, you open up that store, dude, you'll have a line fucking that extends all the way to Manhattan.
Yeah, I mean, cold brew's not even that hard to make.
That's what I'm saying.
Like...
And the difference between 3 and 5, it's like, yeah, of course, like $5 feels better. But if you do a fucking $3 flat cold brew here in Brooklyn.
And it's not like it requires that much work.
That's what I'm saying.
All you do is pour it and then like have some milk options.
$3.
You don't even need to have that good of coffee beans because cold brew usually just tastes bad anyway.
Yeah, I also realized that coffee shops are not even giving tops anymore. Have you noticed this trend? Like the plastic tops.
So no top?
They're just fucking pouring coffee and just giving it to you. And just like, oh, do I get a top? And they're like, no, we ran out.
That's environmentally conscious, Alex.
So yeah, I appreciate that. Of course, I love the planet, but like, this is a business idea. We should clip this out. $3 cold brew, get it in a cup, like mostly ice, no milk, and
you need milk.
No milk.
Bring your own milk.
Bring your own milk. You get absolutely no modifications.
Yeah,
just you get cold brew, $3 in a cup. Get out of here.
Is it pre-poured?
Oh, 100%.
So we get the line moving.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just $3. It's like $1 a pizza slice.
We should we could just set up on Manhattan Avenue.
That's what I'm saying.
Manhattan and Greenpoint right off the train, get people.
You ever seen a $1 pizza slice shop here in New York? Dude, those things they're moving.
Selling like hotcakes. We get the world's worst coffee. Yeah.
As long as it's coffee, we're good.
Yeah, and it's $3, so you can't complain.
That's $3.
$3, no complaint coffee.
That's right. $3 cold brew. Okay. We got so much to cover, Kevin.
There actually used to be a place that had $1 cold brew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That place?
Up the street where Bar Americano is right now.
What happened? They had too much money?
Yeah.
They bought mansions in Malibu.
I don't know, but it used to be $1, like all you could drink coffee, and I used to sit in there and
you could drink.
Yeah, I used to sit in there in the sun until like I had a panic attack, and I'd smoke a spliff and then drink as much coffee as I could, and then be writing emails trying to get a job until I'd get like too paranoid or whatever.
That's Kevin's origin story. Smoke a spliff, drink as much cold brew as possible until I couldn't send out 1 million emails.
Well, it always made the day interesting because
you never know if you're going to
have a
panic attack.
Yeah, you never knew how you'd feel, and if that sun was coming in that front window and I had that seat, damn, I'd be like.
Can I tell you this? At Courage Bagels, waited there. Speaking of cold brew, they had like one of the strongest cold brews I ever had, and I was like, I think I'm going to die as I was drinking this. Someone sitting next to us had a full-on conversation on speakerphone about their friend. Like, you should go to jail. I think if you have a public conversation with a friend at an outdoor eatery
on speakerphone,
jail.
Yeah,
immediate jail time.
At least have some decency to put AirPods in.
That's what I mean. Like hearing one person talk, they were going back and forth. Oh, I think she got surgery. Da 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 da. She looks fat. She's looking amazing. Oh my God. Like just going back and forth. I mean, at some point it got pretty interesting, and I want to see where it was going. But like jail time. Okay.
Yeah.
Kevin, my absolute favorite story of the week. This may be my favorite story of the year at the Fronties. This is me calling my shot for the future. Shrimps is bugs.
Shrimps is bugs.
Shrimps is bugs. The story comes from Know Your Meme, which actually is here in the building, right? Don't they have their office here in?
They at least used to be.
They definitely did. So this is a viral story from Reddit is actually where it started. A man named Lou Bueller. That's his name.
That's his Reddit
name. I don't know what his real name is.
It's probably his real name.
Yeah, Lou Bueller had a tattoo on his leg that reads "Shrimps is bugs." All in a lowercase kind of fun typeface.
Shrimps is bugs.
Shrimps is bugs. And so he posted on the Tattoo Designs subreddit asking for cover-up suggestions. Post was made on Tuesday and caption said, I need ideas for a horizontal design for this dumb tattoo I got above my knee when I was 19. So the photo shows the tattoo. It says Shrimps is bugs in a bold black lettering.
Right on the tan line too. Like it looks like right on his like thigh tan line.
That's and that's a good spot for a tattoo.
Absolutely.
And so quickly the post got over 9,700 upvotes and 1,500 comments, and literally everyone loves the tattoo. Why should you cover up the truth? People said this may be the best tattoo I've ever seen. It would be a travesty to get it covered. Now what you should do is get a frame tattoo around it. And at the time of this recording, there's been no updates whether or not Lou Bueller has decided to cover up the tattoo. But I love this because the internet is such a horrible place, right? Like we're all so critical and mean and awful to each other. And this is the first time in internet history where the internet has come together with one positive point of view.
Yeah, keep the tattoo.
Keep the tattoo. Shrimps is bugs. Shrimps is bugs. That is.
I mean, I think there's something super relatable to like the people who are on that subreddit to read that and be like thinking a time and a place where this dude was 19 and was like, yeah, I'm going to get this. It's just a funny thing to get. And resident tattoo haver on the podcast.
Yeah.
I think it's a sick tattoo, and I think maybe you should get it on the other leg.
Yeah, shrimps is bug. I like the person that suggested that they add a shrimp or other bugs to the tattoo to really expand the story.
Yeah.
I think this is a perfect tattoo. Don't touch it. Don't add anything. Don't just leave it.
On the other leg, get bugs as shrimps.
Oof. Good build. Good build. Now, this story rules, and of course, what I like about it is also the purity of it all. Just a guy going on the internet asking a gentle question, how can I cover up this tattoo? And unanimously, everyone's saying, I love this tattoo. Please do not remove it.
Nice.
And it's, it made my day. It really is great. Shrimps is bugs. All right, Kevin, we got to get into the big beef.
The big beef.
The big beef, design beef. This episode has a lot of beef, so warning, beef ahead.
A lot of layers to this show. We've got the pre-show. We've got the initial topics.
Yeah.
Now we're moving on to the big beef topics.
Yeah, we don't even know what the show is anymore, but I think that's what we like about it. It's just flowing. We're just flowing. This is something new we're trying.
Ever-changing structure.
Yeah, we're just flowing. We're just going with the flow. So, Kevin, this is a story that had to be discussed on the program. And if you are a graphic designer and you're on Twitter, you probably are already aware of this. This happened about a week or so ago, maybe a week and a half ago. And that is that Warner Brothers has a new logo. It's flat, simple, and modern. It comes from Chermayeff and Geismar and Haviv, and it looks pretty good. The big question is, why did they do this when they rebranded 3 years ago with Pentagram? So I don't know. I guess the podcast wasn't out at this time.
Yeah.
But I remember this being a big story. Warner Brothers, obviously one of the most iconic entertainment brands in the world. Pentagram did what I thought was a really nice job simplifying it down. I remember they used the sort of golden ratio to sort of,
I bet they did,
come up with a sort of flat but distinct and sort of maintaining the iconicness of the Warner Brothers logo.
Wait, are you talking about the pentagram one?
I'm talking about the pentagram one.
That narrow one?
Yes. So basically, if you're familiar with the Warner Brothers branding, you've seen it on movies, you've seen it a million times. It's a WB in sort of the shape of what I now think of as a cop badge. But it is an iconic logo. And what I really liked that Pentagram did was they flattened it. Mm-hmm. And I think everyone will say, oh, flat logos. But the brand since 1948 has always had gold and bevel and shadow and texture, and it works really well in motion, right? It looks really good at the beginning of a movie, but they've been playing with that over the years. Movies interpret the brand.
Yeah, and movies are now going digital.
That's facts.
As we've, seen in Max.
Yeah. And so I like the idea that there could be an iconic version that would be a flat version. And not to say that you should get rid of the sort of beveled one, but I think there should be a sort of simple version for iconic placements. Call it, side of a water tower or a t-shirt or, icon for an app or something. Mm-hmm. So I liked what the Pentagram team did. They created a typeface that was inspired by the W and B in the logo. And I remember thinking that it was a pretty nice job. I also remember feeling like it was a little tall.
Yeah, it's a little long.
It was a little long and it felt a little squished. And I guess I didn't really give it that much thought at the time. I just kind of was like, oh. And now I'm looking right now at every single Warner Brothers logo in the history of time. The truth is, if you look at the history, they had a long, tall version of the Warner Brothers logo in the 20s.
That was the first shield, right?
That was the first shield that they had in the 20s and 30s. And then in the 40s, they kind of widened the shield, brought in the color, brought in the gold, and basically that's the logo that stays until the 2020 rebrand.
Yeah.
So that's the logo that you and I remember from our childhood watching films, Warner Brothers movies. And so when Pentagram in 2020 rebranded or sort of flattened the whole thing, it did feel a little different than that logo that I think of when I think of the Warner Brothers identity.
Well, yeah, they also lost the gold.
They lost the gold, but that part to me was effective. And to still have it used as a window and used in different ways for the Matrix or Looney Tunes or all these amazing content programs and movies and things like that. So that logo was I guess it was a design story. And so now we're 3 years later and Chermayeff, Geismar, and Haviv have a new interpretation of the logo, which is interesting because it changes things a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's still flat, but it has a little bit more dimension.
It's got a little gradient in there.
It's got a little gradient in there. The yellow is back. And most notably, the shape is wider and sort of mimics more of the sort of logo from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. So here's what I have to say, Kevin. I think they both do things that I like. And if I could create my own version of this, I would keep the flatness. I like the shape of the new one, and I would use the colors of the Pentagram one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would keep it flat and I would keep it blue, one color, and I would remove the sort of outer shield and I would just keep it simple, but I would retain the sort of the iconic wider version. I think the wider version to me feels more iconic to the brand that I know it as. And I think it's not just me. I mean, that logo has been around for 7 years. So I think they're both good for different reasons. And it's just really interesting that they decided to switch.
Both good. I mean, this is a pretty intense project. So, like, 3 years is not that long of a time. So, at what point do you think Warner Brothers was like, hey, we need to get this logo looked at again because we are not happy with it? Like, it must have been pretty freaking quick.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think once I don't know, it looks a little off. Like, I guess there's probably someone that watched some movie, some executive, and was like, what happened to the Warner Brothers logo? It doesn't totally, it just feels a little too tall. I think that's the thing. And so I think that everything else they did in terms of like simplifying it down and kind of making it more modern, I think all those moves were right by Pentagram. I just think the one thing the proportions. It's a good time to shout out the fact that the golden ratio means nothing. It's absolutely bullshit. And they just placed it on top of the shield to like justify going with a taller logo. And I just think the taller logo looks too tall. It doesn't feel like it fits inside of a shape like a circle very well. And just, again,
definitely doesn't fit inside of a 16:9 that well either.
It doesn't feel like the brand. Like, again, like a lot of branding is about memory and like muscle memory and things as you have seen them before. And again, they had a logo that was a little bit taller in the early days, but yeah, I think the iconic one is the shorter one. There's also always been that sort of like belt around the logo that kind of goes around it. So like, I think they got rid of that, which is nice. And so I think the pentagram the logo that the pentagram did is really nice. I think it makes like they made all the right moves. I just think the shape of it is weird. It felt a little off to me, based on muscle memory and sort of how I see things. I think the Shermayeff one got that right, but I think then they sort of brought in some gradients and some things that I find that to be, it's like 2 steps forward, about 1 step back.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like in the grand scheme of things, you know, not held down by like the time frame of this, it would make more sense if these logos were flipped in the timeline. Like if you had, because like the 2021 seems like maybe a step too far. Like they maybe removed too many things. Like they took the gold away, they went back to the taller logo that's not as recognizable. And so it would make more sense if like it went from this one that they currently had, which is like gold, it's wide, it's flatter. It would make more sense to progress to the 2021, but I don't know. At the end of the day, they probably felt like maybe it was a step too far.
And then it's interesting that Shermayeff made their own typeface, which is very similar to the pentagram typeface, but just again a little bit wider. Which I guess I like that one better because I like the wider typeface. I guess what I'm here to say is Warner Brothers, call us. We will do the third one.
Let's get it going.
We'll do the one in 2026. And to me, it'll just take the best parts of both of these things because I think they both have merit.
We're keeping the gold though.
I like the blue. I like the Warner Brothers blue that Pentagram brought in. And I don't know if you need that yellow. I'm not saying it can't ever be there, but I don't know. We'll have to work on it, Kevin. We'll see.
Yeah, but I can't make any decisions.
Yeah,
right
we can't make decisions here on the call. But I think it's just interesting because this happens. This happens in branding. And I talked about this on Instagram where I was talking about the Dunkin' Donuts logo, where was that like 4 years ago, 3 years ago now? Maybe it was pre-pandemic, 4 years ago. JKR did the new Dunkin' Donuts branding, which removed the donuts and sort of leaned all the way in on Dunkin' and created this whole like Dunkin' type family and a really beautiful job on that brand. And I was walking around the other day, and there's actually I didn't see it in the streets. I saw it on a commercial. They're actually running a pretty decent Dunkin' Donuts commercial during some of the NBA Finals games.
With Ben Affleck?
No, it's like it's someone dancing, and it's like on a white screen. It kind of feels like anthemically Apple a little bit. And I was like, oh, this kind of feels cool and good for Apple, for Dunkin'. And I looked at the logo on the cup, and I noticed that it looked notably thinner than the Dunkin' iconic extra bold that I'm familiar with. And so I went digging, and I went online, and I noticed that, apparently they have a logo that they kind of just slid in here without much fanfare at all. But it's still Dunkin', So no donuts, but now also thinner.
Must be hitting that Ozempic.
Yeah, they went from bold to semi-bold, and they didn't tell anybody.
Well, that's what happens when you take the donuts out, Alex.
Yeah, no more donuts, and you lose a couple lbs, and you start summer body.
Yes, Dunkin's on that summer body shit.
I mean, I get the thinking, right? Like you're trying to live in a more health conscious world.
Yeah, but donuts aren't fucking nothing you get at Dunkin's healthy.
I know.
That coffee's so bad you gotta sugar that shit up and put a bunch of cream and
yeah, that's the way I like it. Yeah,
I mean, it's good. It's good when you do that.
But I like that they did this without anyone trying to pretend like no one would notice. I bet they did it themselves. Do you think that? I don't know if JKR is behind this. Someone sent me a article that Armin had noticed the change as well, so it wasn't just me. So shout out to Armin.
I mean, can't get anything by that.
No,
guy.
Absolutely not.
Got eagle eyes. I mean, maybe you could get something by him now because he's on vacation.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, now's the time to change your brand and just slightly try to thin out your logo.
Launch all those case studies.
Because
he's only got guest writers on.
Oh my God, Kevin, what do you think his headline for the Dunkin' Donuts thinning out of the logo? Through thick and thin.
Wow. Pun king.
Yep. So he's been on top of this since February of 2023. So he's just a couple months before me. He's been receiving tips about a thinner Dunkin' logo. He started to investigate and see if there was an official stance on the change. Sadly, Jones Knowles Ritchie nor the press team at Dunkin' replied. Conspiracy theories are welcome.
Ooh, it's cool to be thin.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Kevin, moving on. We got more stories. Speaking of changing things slightly, the Wienermobile, famously from Oscar Mayer, is getting a new name. It's hitting the road, and they're now calling it a Frankmobile.
That's bullshit. It's a great transition, but I would also like to say that it's a little bit more than a slight change. This changes everything. This went from a thing that I was very into. I was very stoked to be in the Wienermobile with you last year, Alex. You remember when we sat inside and they told us about stuff? Then it was early in the morning, pre-coffee. Very stoked to be inside of the Wienermobile.
How Design Live.
I can't get down with this anymore. Like we covered that story late last year about them not paying their employees, the drivers of these vehicles very well, and calling it a very important gig and all that shit. And now they're changing it to the Frankmobile, and I don't know. I'm just not here for this wiener erasure. I think, like, where is this coming from? Like, they say it's because they want to promote their new 100% beef Franks.
Yeah.
And you could just call them beef wieners, or you could just call them 100% beef wieners. Keep the wieners. You don't need to call them Franks. You don't need to I don't even know what type of washing this would be.
Wiener washing.
Yeah, you don't have to wiener wash the brand.
Kevin, I have a quote from Stephanie Vance, Associate Brand Manager of Oscar Mayer. She said, "The Wienermobile is a beloved American icon that has been sparking smiles and driving craveability for iconic, delicious wieners for nearly 100 years. This summer, it's time to highlight another fan favorite, our delicious 100% beef Frank. When Oscar Mayer makes anything, we prioritize taste over everything. So no matter what kind of hot dog you enjoy this summer, if it's Oscar Mayer, you know it'll be 100% tasty and 100% make you smile."
Oh, that's a good one. I mean, great paragraph there. 100% make you smile. I'm not smiling anymore.
Yeah.
It's not a Wienermobile anymore. It doesn't get my smile.
So, Kevin, I have a lot of questions. So first and foremost, one, is the Wienermobile changing visually in any way?
It doesn't look like it, minus the text that's on it.
That now says it's a Frankmobile versus a Wienermobile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's my next question. And this is a big one. And I had to do a little bit of research before the show to really truly understand this topic. Is a hot dog a wiener? Is a wiener a hot dog? Is a wiener a Frank? And is a Frank a wiener? And are either of these hot dogs? Because I, for one, am very confused here. So I did some research on Oscar Mayer's website.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, both a wiener and a frank are both hot dogs.
Oh.
A wiener is made from pork, chicken, and turkey, where a frank is made from beef. So what we're saying is these are different meats.
I'm not down with this. I think, in my opinion, I believe that all three of those things, hot dog, wiener, frank, are the same fucking thing. And you can call it like a beef wiener. You could call it a turkey frank. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's a wiener. If it looks like a wiener,
it drives like a wiener.
If it drives like a wiener, it's a wiener.
Wow. I guess one thing about the story is that I didn't know that information. I did not know that a wiener, a hot dog, and a beef frank were not all the same thing.
But I feel like if you're Oscar Mayer, you could put anything out there. You can write any bullshit. Like there's no wiener commission that's checking these. There's no there's no criteria for what is a wiener.
Yeah.
That's not made up by Oscar Mayer.
Well, these wieners also did you hear what I listed? They said pork, turkey, and
yeah, that's just what a hot dog is. It's like
chicken.
It's all the trimmings, dude. That's what hot dogs have been forever. And like, yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, I would love maybe like a beef one, like a 100% beef one. But like, if you think it's like, if you think like a beef frank is going to be healthier or like, I guess reduce the harm that's going into your body when you're eating a wiener, then you're wrong. Like it's going to be like the same bullshit meat.
It's an
respectfully. And I love that bullshit meat. So
it's an uncured wiener is sort of the iconic, I guess, mobile. That's what it's modeled after. Did that come out first? Was that like...
You telling me Oscar had an uncured wiener and he's been out here for damn near...
100 years.
100 years with his uncured wiener on the streets of America?
That's right. Riding around, picking up kids. It's shocking. But I think, the fact is now they're trying to promote 100% beef franks. But like, here's the thing. Does anyone on the street see a Wienermobile and be like, I am associating that with turkey, pork, and chicken and not beef?
Actually.
It's offering franks for frank, and it's so anyone named an iteration of frank can stop by in real life and get their hands on a coupon for a free pack of delicious Oscar Mayer 100% beef franks.
Now they're prioritizing franks. Like people who are named Frank, they've got like some sort of frank privilege that they can just get free franks.
Apparently they have frank whistles. They were formerly known as wiener whistles.
We've got a wiener whistle on the other side of the wall.
Oh, wow.
I have one in my possession.
I'll be honest, wiener whistle is way better than frank whistle. Yeah. And a newly renamed class of hot doggers, so I guess those are the people that drove the cars, they're now called frankfurters.
Wow. Hopefully they are paying the frankfurters more than the
definitely not.
Than the hot doggers, because they definitely needed a raise. Maybe is a frankfurter a promotion now?
But here's the thing, did they change the car?
No.
So it's the same wiener on a car. They're just calling it a Frankmobile.
I don't think anyone should call this the Frankmobile. I think it's the Wienermobile for life. Case closed.
I think you're right. No one's going to call this thing a Frankmobile.
I think we need to get a change.org petition going.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. I'm fired up. I hate this.
Where did this story come from? This come from the dial-in?
Yeah, Bill broke it in the Friday wrap-up last week.
Okay, yeah. No, this is big. This is big news. This is a big story. And not enough people are talking about this.
Fuck you, Oscar. Fuck you, Frank. Give me that wiener back.
You don't change history like that. You know what I mean?
No.
A Frankmobile? No, it's a Wienermobile. It will always be a Wienermobile. Forever.
Yeah, fuck Frank.
Listen, and you could sell beef hot dogs all day long.
Yeah.
Out of this thing.
Say 100% beef.
It's 100% beef. People don't know the difference between a Frank and a Wiener.
Yeah.
They don't know.
There's got to be another level to this.
Yeah. They're trying to wiener shame.
They're wiener washing.
They're wiener washing. They're trying to rid the history, and they're trying to move away from wieners because it's funny. It's funny to say.
Yeah.
And they don't want to be made fun of anymore. But guess what? You're driving around in a fucking giant wiener.
Yeah.
What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah. Nobody's calling that shit a Frank.
Okay.
Fuck out of here.
Speaking of big week for hot dogs, Kevin, There's a $29 hot dog that everyone's talking about. It opened up. It's at a restaurant called Misha here in New York City. It's got taking the internet by storm. It measures in at 8 inches and comes with 5 sauces.
Whoa.
I know.
It's a very specific measurement. That's why it's $29.
Yeah, $29. What do you think? This doesn't feel like it's for you, Kevin.
No, it's not for me. I like a shitty wiener.
That's right.
I like one that's been sitting in some water. I actually had a couple wieners this weekend.
6 inches?
Yeah. No, I like more of like a 7.
Okay,
but I like it thinner.
Okay.
I don't like a very This hot dog looks pretty girthy.
Okay.
But I had one at the golf course that fucking slapped on the 9th hole turn, and then I had one at a hot dog cart on Sunday in Central Park, and it was fucking awesome. That's the type of wiener I like. A $4 wiener.
That's fair.
Dude made me 2. Started pouring ketchup and mustard on the second one, and then I said I only ordered 1. Just put it right back in the water with the ketchup and mustard on it.
Wow. Oh man,
it was legendary.
I'm sure it was. Kevin, I have an alternative take, which is, I love this. I like this story comes from Eater. The article is called "I Hate That I Love the $29 Hot Dog," and it said that the hot dog is actually better than the steak at this.
That's
restaurant.
bullshit. I mean, I feel like from what I've read about this restaurant, it's one of those places where you go just to like fucking flex. Apparently they had like a $2,000 truffle pasta or something.
Ooh, I don't like that.
No. It just seems like one of those bullshit restaurants you just go to when you got too much money and you don't know what to do with.
Yeah. I probably will say that I won't eat this, but I'm here for the elevation of dogs. Like, I think the bun that looks like it's like a baked potato bun that looks incredible. It comes with 5 condiments, Kevin. It comes with bright brown mustard, carmine habanero bacon crisps, green sweet pickle relish, red kimchi, and buttercup yellow pimento cheese. You gotta admit, that sounds pretty good. I'm here for this $29 hot dog. I mean, burgers are now $20 at almost any restaurant. 18, 22. The burger used to be like a cheap option. Now it's, the elevation and sort of fancification of burgers is running quite rampant around this city. So.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that because burgers are like basically like a steak. But
a hot dog?
I mean, if you get it, no shade. I think if you got to try it, you got to try it for science. And if I find myself at this restaurant, I'll probably get it just for the just to say I did. Yeah. But I don't know, man. It's not really my thing. Yeah. I'd rather pay $29 for something else.
No, I hear you, and I again, like, I don't think I'm going to find myself at this restaurant. I'm not going to go to this restaurant to eat this like buzzy hot dog. But I will say, if I'm at a restaurant and they sort of are offering like a elevated hot dog with lots of ingredients, like, I am here for that.
Absolutely.
And I think it does feel fair that the hot dog and the burger, 2 staples of the American diet, and barbecues everywhere. I do think it's nice to think that someone is making a little bit better quality dogs.
Sure.
This has some sort of brisket inside.
Sure.
I don't know. Is it a wiener? Is it a beef dog? Who's to say? I guess it's technically a wiener, because from what I've learned now, wieners just are anything that's not beef.
Yeah.
At least that's by Oscar Mayer standards.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm still heated about the Oscar Mayer thing, but I don't know. I agree with you with the like. I don't know, whatever you just said.
Yeah. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate that. Kevin, last story, and actually, no, not last story. We got 2 more. But perfect segue. Heinz has unveiled a customizable sauce dispenser with more than 200 different condiment combos. Speaking of condiments, I guess they're getting ready for the fancification of hot dogs. And this reminds me of the Freestyle machine. If you have ever used one of the world's greatest Coca-Cola soft drink dispensers, where you can kind of mix and match anything that they have sort of in the world's perfect drink. This is that, but for condiments from Heinz. The machine called the Heinz Remix, which I don't know if I love that name. It's the latest example of Kraft Heinz leaning into its away-from-home segment to grow sales. So I have a quote here from Peter Hall, Kraft Heinz head of its North America food service division. "We are very, very, very clear that away from home and food service gives us an opportunity to test, to learn, to understand, and to build trends much earlier than we have done historically." So 2 things I'm hearing. 1, this is going to be at like ballparks, or going to be at sort of like amusement parks. These are going to be in sort of like fast service restaurants, big ones typically, maybe like airports, I guess, or like places where a lot of people get condiments. And so instead of those like pump things that you just have ketchup, mustard, sort of
I like
barbecue sauce, they're going to put in these fucking giant machines.
I like pumping on my wiener.
Yeah. And they are now going to allow you to make a customized sauce. You use a touchscreen, and you can either choose ketchup, ranch, 57 sauce, or barbecue sauce.
Yes.
And then on top of that, you can add in enhancers. So that basically is like flavors on top of the core sort of base, which would include jalapeno, smoky chipotle, buffalo, and mango. And
here's
then you
the bone
set one of 3 intensity levels. So that's how this thing works.
So here's the bone I'm going to pick.
Yep.
Why is it ranch and not mayo? Why is there no mayo in that base sauce? That's the. I like this idea generally.
Yes.
But the bone I'm picking is, why is there no mayo base sauce?
It's a great question, Kevin. Probably because it's harder to keep like longevity wise.
Well, I mean, mayo is just, or ranch is basically mayo.
Yeah, no, you're right. I don't have a good answer for you.
Yeah, I just would like to see the mayo added, and I think this is a crazy good idea.
Yeah.
And you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna take all the data from this machine.
That's exactly what I was going next.
Just gonna.
Well, that's what
gonna
Coke
start
does.
pumping out the sauces.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what they're basically testing units is what these things are.
Yeah,
because they'll see exactly what products people are into, and if they're like, oh my god, people love this barbecue mango sauce, then the next thing you'll know, there'll be a fucking big ass commercial for Heinz barbecue mango.
Yeah,
and they'll be rolling that out at supermarkets. So just know that these machines are just focus groups.
Yeah, this is basically just this is just Facebook, but in a machine.
Facebook machine,
but for sauces.
Yeah, which I will say though, those pumps. Again, Kevin, I'm with you. There's something old school and nostalgia and classic about pumping a wiener at a game. And when I go to Citi Field, one of my favorite things is to get the sausage. Like, people go to Citi Field, and there's a lot of talk about the sort of, the cheesesteak. What's it?
Yeah.
The Danny Meyer sort of like
Pat LaFrieda.
Pat LaFrieda cheesesteak. And I've had it before. It's awesome. It's really good. But for me, pound for pound, I'm going to a game. I'm getting a hot sausage.
Yeah,
every time.
I'm getting the hot sausage
every time.
I'm going back up, and I'm putting more fixings in my fucking plate, and I'm eating them. I'm
putting obviously peppers and onions. That comes classic. But then you go over to the sort of condiment station at Citi Field.
Yeah, they got that hot kraut. They got regular sauerkraut.
They got sauerkraut. They got sort of hot sauerkraut. They got mustard. They got everything.
I think they got pickles, maybe.
They do have some pickles. They have some fresh things. So it is a pride and joy of
I love getting a hot dog,
Flushing,
finishing it, and then filling that shit up again with more kraut and other fixins, and eating that like a fucking savage.
Yeah, and so I hope that this doesn't replace that, because we were talking about In-N-Out where they have the sort of like the fresh peppers. Because listen, technology is great, and this machine sounds pretty sick.
Well, they're going to start nickel and diming you for those sauces too.
You think they're going to charge you for it? I mean, that's a good question. Is this going to cost? Or is this just
better not?
I don't think it's going to. I think this is just a test. Like you said, this is just finding information, data finding.
Yeah.
This is just Facebook on wheels.
All right. That's true.
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, I'm here for the innovation. I'm here for the freestyle machine of condiments. Like, I guess you're right, Kevin. The only true beef that I have with this is not enough variety. Yeah. That's 4 bases, none of which are mayo. You're right. It's 57 sauce, which no one really fucking cares about that. They don't even have mustard. They just have ketchup, ranch, 57 sauce, and barbecue sauce.
Yep.
So that's only 4 core bases, and I need more than that.
200 combinations isn't even all that many combinations. Like, those things multiply. I don't know if you know math, Alex.
Yeah,
that shit multiplies so fast.
I agree, which is like, how many different combinations can the Coca-Cola freestyle machine make? And the answer is 8,000.
Damn. Well, hey, get your sauce game up, Heinz.
So that's where the bar is set. So, how many combinations did they say?
200.
Yeah, that's nothing. Because it's basically 4 core flavors and then 4 additions. That's not enough.
And then you can, the intensity
levels. Yeah. This is
weak.
Again, this is great. This is one small step for man, but I'm going to need a couple more steps here, Heinz.
Yeah. We're going to need some more bases. We're going to need some more add-ons.
That's right. Where's like honey?
Maybe like a tertiary.
Yeah. Where's mustard let's start with the basics here.
Maybe maple too.
Yeah. Let's get some sweet condiments in. Like, come on.
Soy sauce.
Yeah. Yeah. We have so much work here to do, but it's a great first step, and I'm happy.
They need to come to us with the just flush out some flavor combinations.
Yeah.
Build out the bases and build out the add-ons a little bit better.
I like this article. It says that the Dark Horse mango ketchup generated the most buzz around Kraft Heinz office.
I mean, that kind of like, have you ever had, I think it's called like banana ketchup. Got it. But it's like kind of like a sweet, fruity ketchup.
I don't know. I mean, also like adding Chipotle to ranch isn't really that novel, but like I'm here for this. I'm excited about it. When I see it, I will absolutely be using this, and we'll excited for this level of innovation in condiments. We've been saying this for a long time.
Yeah.
We love our sauces.
Yeah, we love sauce here. Do we have one more? Or what's
final story, Kevin? Taco Bell is trying to liberate Taco Tuesday. So, are you familiar with Taco Tuesday?
I am, yeah.
Apparently, since 1989, Taco John's, a much smaller franchise in Wyoming, has held the trademark and the claim for Taco Tuesday. They have 400 locations, so they are smaller.
Wait, Taco John's has...
Yes,
wow.
Taco John's has 400 locations. So yes, they are a smaller establishment, but they are not one location.
I don't think I've ever seen a Taco John's.
Taco John's.
Are they...
We're looking it up right now. Taco John's, Taco John's, Taco John's. Yeah, it is an American fast food chain founded in the 60s by John Turner. Taco John. Company's signature dish, potato olays, which are bite-sized, deep-fried potato nuggets coated with a proprietary blends of spices and seasonings.
So, French fries?
Yep. Taco John's looks incredibly generic, but it looks like it serves fast food tacos in a very similar style to Taco Bell. Taco Bell on the other side has 7,200 locations, so quite a bit more. But
David and Goliath.
A bit of a David and Goliath story, Taco John and Taco Bell. And over the years, Taco John's has earned a reputation for sending cease and desist letters to other restaurants that dare to use the ubiquitous Taco Tuesday phrase.
Not chill.
So Taco Bell believes that Taco Tuesday should belong to all who make, sell, eat, and celebrate tacos. The company wrote in a press release, how can anyone live Moss if they're not allowed to freely say Taco Tuesday? It's pure chaos.
Damn.
So a little bit of beef here, Kevin. More beef on the program.
A lot of beef here. Beef in the design beef wieners.
That's right. An all beef program.
Yeah.
Taco Bell added that customers who agreed with the campaign could sign a petition to liberate the phrase. Anyone curious enough to follow along with the bureaucratic saga can do so on the brand's social media page. And I have to say something here, Kevin. I have a take.
Yeah.
Taco John's, hold on to that fucking trademark. Do not let fucking Taco Bell bully you around with their fucking bigger social media. Listen, it's been their trademark for 34 years. They came up with Taco Tuesdays. Taco Bell just wants to use their trademark. Yeah. Of course they do. They want to liberate it. No, they want to use it to sell more fucking tacos on Tuesdays. So do not fucking let them pull this shit. This is bullshit. And I fully stand with Taco John and hold that ground, hold down the fort, and do not let Taco Bell...
Stand that line.
Yeah. Oh, how can anyone live Moss if they're not allowed to freely say Taco Tuesday? It's like, you have your own fucking saying. It's called Live Moss. Taco John's not trying to run around and say Live Moss. They created Taco Tuesdays.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I stand with John.
That's right.
Do not let those fucking greedy
Taco
Bellians get this shit from you.
You want to hear the origin of Taco Tuesdays? They Barry Westerum, Taco John's chief marketing officer, noticed that the restaurants were slower on Sundays and Tuesdays. To lure customers in, he ran Taco Tuesdays, 2 tacos for 99 cents. 10 years later, the company got its trademark.
All right.
It's been ours for 34 years, and we're very proud of that. Westrom said to this day, Tuesdays are our best-selling days of the week. While Taco Tuesdays may have become part of the American lexicon, that doesn't give our competition the right to take it from us.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Taco John's. Stand your ground. Do not let Taco Bell use the public opinion court to try to shame you guys into giving away your proprietary trademark. That's bullshit.
Yeah, and if you give it away, make sure they fucking pay you at the ass.
That's a great point. Taco Bell, they should try to negotiate a licensing deal.
Yeah, come together
and pay the man.
Yeah, pay John.
And this is some Taco Bell bullying. And I, for one, will not stand for it.
Yeah, brand bullying.
Yeah.
Is that what we're in? Maybe that's going to be a new trend in 2023.
Yeah.
Brand bullying.
Yeah.
Which kind of may shake things up, be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I feel strongly here. Taco Tuesdays is, it's part of American lexicon, but you know what? That's because they made it famous.
Yeah.
By fucking giving out 2 tacos on Tuesdays for 99 cents to sell their tacos. Taco Bell, you have enough fucking marketing. You have fucking Pete Davidson doing fucking stupid morning show commercials.
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah, you got fucking Kevin eat a fucking 4,500 calorie breakfast.
It ruined my summer body.
Yeah, Kevin sacrificed his summer body for one Taco Bell breakfast sandwich. And now you greedy motherfuckers need to have Taco Tuesdays as well? Get out of here.
Yeah, come on.
So Kevin, what have we learned here today? Shrimps is bugs.
It's Max Day.
It's Max Day. Go out there and celebrate. Live life to the max. RIP to our boy Dave Brandt. Warner Brothers beef, which is, hey, it happens in design. Brands, they change. That's the truth. This one happened a little quickly. There's merits to both sides. I like parts of both of them. And, but hey, you know what? They'll probably change it again.
Mm-hmm.
Beefmobile, Wienermobile, do not change your history. And Heinz, step up those combinations.
Yeah, get mayonnaise in the mix.
Get your game up. And we'll see you guys next week.
All right, peace.